Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by Winamp. Subscribe to the Daily GizWiz and all your favorite podcasts with the ultimate media player. Download it for free at winamp.com. Video bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the Daily GizWiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1232 for Tuesday, November 30th, 2010, the Sprint Samsung Galaxy Tab.
And now, get ready for Dick.
Hey, it's Dick DeBartolo, Mad's maddest writer, and the GizWiz. We're promised something unique, a really good Turn the Table Tuesday. Leon looks under his desk to find some crap to share.
Whoa, will you look at this?
Dick says that's more way. It's Turn the Table
This might be some of the best crap I've ever shared. Hello, Dick. How are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm good, sir. And you?
I am very, very good. Very excited. When this came in, I was just jumping up and down in the cottage because I wanted to see one for some time. And, you know, my initial reaction was this is much better than I thought it would be.
Is it a birthday cake from yesterday?
No. No, you may guess again. I'll tell you what.
Wait a minute. I can tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Let me just think back. It was Bluetooth headset, cell phone.
It's time for another Bluetooth headset.
It should be a camera.
Camera. No, it isn't. In fact, it's a new category in some ways. Now, I've shown you. We talked before about my Droid X, which you actually picked this as one of your gadgets. And
I did.
We really like it.
You didn't like it?
No, we really like it. In fact, it's my main phone, and one of the things I really like about it is the screen size. In fact, somebody said, and I think that this is accurate, it's almost too big. It's not too big, but it's almost too big. It's a 4.3-inch screen running the Android operating system. It's a great phone. I've been very happy with it. Well, along comes Samsung with not another phone, but now look at the size of this and compare it to the size of this. This is the Galaxy Tab.
Oh,
Samsung's Galaxy Tab is a tablet, a 7.5-inch tablet version. In fact, let me zoom back a little bit because it's filling the screen here.
Yeah. Is it 7.5 or 7?
It's 7. Well, the full size is 7.5, but I think it is a 7-inch.
Okay.
A 7-inch screen.
Because I got to play with that for about 30 seconds.
You did? Okay, you've seen it before.
When they introduced it.
Now, it was initially offered by T-Mobile. Sprint's doing it. Verizon's doing it. And I wouldn't be surprised if AT&T did one as well. This is the Sprint model. It's $399.99. Let's round it up to $400 with a 2-year contract. You do have to buy a data plan, a 3G data plan.
Is it a full phone, too?
It is not a phone. This is a tablet, and it is running on 3G network. It's kind of like the iPad. In fact, it has many of the same features as the iPad, although it's smaller. Here, in fact, let me get my iPad so I can show you the difference in size. So the iPad, which is a 9 or 10-inch screen, I should say, and Steve Jobs was at great pains to say, oh, the 7 inches are only half as much screen real estate. And that's true. And then you put the Droid X in there, and you see it's half as much again. So it's exactly in between an iPad and a Droid X. It's definitely a tablet. You couldn't carry this in your pocket. But a gorgeous screen. I was actually blown away by the screen. Now, you will have to...
That's an AMOLED screen, isn't it?
You know... It looks like an AMOLED screen. I've been told it's not. I know Samsung puts AMOLEDs on its other Galaxy devices.
You know, I think from the press conference they said it was, but
boy, is this gorgeous! Now, were you going to do this one?
No. They when I saw it, there were no demo things.
Yeah, I
available.
just got this in today, so I'm very, very happy. And I haven't had much chance to play with it. It's a 1024 by 600 touch screen. Now, the thing is, it's Android, so all the Android apps work on here, and that's a very large collection of apps. It comes with a fairly nice set. This is running the current version, at least as we're doing this, of the Android operating system 2.2 Froyo. I don't know when they plan to update it to Gingerbread, but it is a pretty clean Froyo. It is not highly modified, as sometimes happens with these carriers where they make their own thing. Okay. It's got a browser in it that now at this size is pretty usable. I mean, this is 1024 by 600. This is a pretty credible browser. Of course, it's got the touch, the pinch to zoom and so forth. Double click to zoom in. I mean, this is totally usable. In fact, I would say, maybe a better form factor for just carrying stuff around to read or look at than the iPad. It's just a little smaller. Here's the Kindle application, which it comes with. And I think it's very easy to read with this. This is actually very close to the same size as the Kindle, but of course, it's an LCD screen, so it's you can do things that you can do with it. You actually can't pinch and zoom because of the Kindle software, but you can do things with this that you couldn't do with the Kindle. For instance, there could be color, and you have a lot of other applications. And frankly, it's a lot snappier. I immediately logged into my Google account, and I got all of my my regular Google contacts came right in here, which is awesome. And now, one of the things I was curious about, it does come with a few dedicated Sprint things. There's a Sprint Zone here, which is, I guess, just promotions from Sprint. There's a media hub that's unique to Sprint, and that is so that you can play media from their store and rent it and download media from their store. I haven't really played with it that much. I don't know, how complete the store is, but it's nice because I can get movies on here directly via Wi-Fi. Has Wi-Fi and 3G. Here's Get 'em to the Greek. It's $3.99 to rent, $17.99 to own. So I could actually download this onto the Galaxy Tab. I think that's a Sprint application. I also wanted to see, well, how are my games going to look? Because I'd heard from some people that when you scale up applications to this, that it doesn't, it looks like they're scaled up. I haven't found that at all. This all looks very natural and appropriately sized. So let's play one of my favorite games on here.
Would it be birds?
you know
Angry
me.
Birds?
You know me so well. It's the Angry Birds. So let me run the Angry Birds here. Where are they? They were on here a second ago. There they are. All right. Let's run the Angry Birds and let's see how this looks on the Galaxy Tab. I should, at the same time as I'm doing that, I should run it on my iPad and run it on my Android phone so we can get a comparison. So let me do that. I think, frankly, this is very, very playable. In fact, it may be just the right size for this game. I think it's totally usable and fun to play this game on the 7-inch. So there's
the only thing I thought was strange was is the back of it still white? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a white back.
Yeah, I don't know quite why they.
Yeah, I don't mind that so much, and it's a little thicker than you might think. I think I don't mind the white back. Okay. It also has a. I was surprised, only a 3.2 megapixel camera. I really thought it would have a higher camera.
That is a little strange.
And it does have a front facing as well as back facing. But here's Angry Birds. This is just right. I do not feel in any way like this is either too big or too small. It scales beautifully. I think they've done a wonderful job. It is the full Angry Birds. I think it's really incredible, and that's just right out of the Android store. That's not a special version of Angry Birds for this. I'm going to do some customizing. Put some of the programs that I put on my Android phone on here. It comes with pretty much the standard collection and a few additional things like Think Free Office. Typing on this, it's the same Android keypad, but because it's a little bit bigger, it's a little easier to type on. I find it quite usable. I think in many ways this is really an excellent choice. You see, they've modified the calendar so it uses the real estate a little bit better. I was really prepared to hate this thing, to think, oh, it's kind of a clumsy attempt to compete with the iPad, and now I have to say absolutely not. Battery life, according to people who have reviewed it, is about 7 hours. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Charges up quickly. A couple of things you might want to be aware of. It does not use a standard micro USB. It uses a 30-pin connector that looks very much like, but is not the same as the Apple iPod connector. So you are going to have to use the Samsung cable. This is a unique cable to both charge it and to sync it. It does charge pretty quickly on the plug, a little less. It's a 10-watt adapter, so a little less quickly on USB. And on some USB devices, it won't charge at all. You need to have 10-watt availability. Now, since that's what the iPad is, I think it's likely that a lot of devices will be doing 10 watts pretty quickly. The camera's good. Let me just take a little picture with the camera, and you can get an idea of it. I've never seen a camera with a 7-inch LCD screen, so that in by itself makes it kind of fun to take pictures with. And I think the quality is pretty darn good. I think it's a decent camera. It's a glossy
screen. Do you have any idea what it would cost without service? I mean, because if you had Wi-Fi, couldn't you just use this?
And it is, I believe T-Mobile is selling it without service for $500. Okay. So you could, it's very similar. It would be like a $500 iPad. I think this is, this, well, not a touch. An iPad itself is $500 Wi-Fi only.
Oh,
so I think it's very comparable.
Can you add memory to this? I forgot.
You can. It has an SD card slot. There's some advantages over the iPad. SD card slot, so you can add up to 32 gigs of memory there. It also has front-facing and rear-facing camera, which means you could use this with Skype or Fring to do video phone calls, which you can't do with the iPad right now.
And replaceable battery?
No, I don't think so, unless I'm missing a way of getting in here. It doesn't look like a replaceable battery. But that's one way you can get these things more compact, is not making the battery replaceable. It does have dual speaker ports at the bottom. Sound quality's pretty good. Volume control, on-off switch on the right-hand side, a microphone on the left. So you could absolutely do phone calls with this or meetings with it. GoToMeeting would work. You know, I'll be honest, Dick, I did not expect I would like this much.
Yeah,
this is much more likable than I thought. I think they're doing a pretty good job. By the way, some of these pictures, these are coming in from Picasa. So it's doing one of the things that I really like about all of the Android stuff is it pulls your stuff from the web just by logging into your Google account. So there's my son Henry. He's I mean, that really looks good on this screen. I have to say,
that's a nice shot.
It's spectacular. Yeah. So, you know what? I like this a lot better than I thought I would, and I have to say, it bodes well for future tablets, future pads, especially running Android. I thought, you know, and Google said, no, wait till 2.3. 2.2, the current version of Android, is not the tablet version. Well, if this ain't the tablet version, I can only see things getting a whole lot better. I'm using it on Wi-Fi right now. You can see I'm also getting 5 bars of Sprint. Sprint's got a very fast network, and because it's a little underutilized compared to Verizon and AT&T's network, it should be pretty responsive. Google Latitude on here. You can see I can see where everybody is. I just think this is pretty slick.
That's nice.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if people are going to want to spend, you know, $300 or $400 plus the minimum 3G plan is $30 a month. If I could make phone calls on here, now I can't put Google Voice on it, so I'm predicting that I'm going to be able to make phone calls using Google Voice on here. I'll have to report back to you. I've only had it for a day. I'll have to give you more detail, but I kind of wanted to get in here and say, look, this is a very reasonable. You see how big the typing is? I mean, that's totally
$30 a month is a believable thing.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of very interesting choices coming along, and boy, I did not expect that to happen that fast. I'm a big iPad fan, and I think this is absolutely a strong competitor for the iPad. Very easy to use. It's nice because Samsung's done a great job, I think, of making this fit the form factor, fit the size very well. So there are ways to make phone calls on this, and free too. Very interesting. That's the Galaxy Tab. This is the Sprint version, but as I said, all the carriers are going to have it. I think Samsung's actually got a home run here. By the way, voice dictation, as you would expect. You can have voice everywhere in 2.2. Dick DeBartolo. Actually, let me do it this way. Here, watch this. I can press and hold the search key. Call Dick DeBartolo. And now it's going to... I can press this button. I won't show your phone number to make a phone call to you. Cannot make or take a call using the Galaxy Tab. Rats! Well, maybe down the road. I'm going to put Google Voice on here. We'll see what happens.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was at a CES thing the other day and happened to be talking to someone from Samsung, and they have shipped a ton of these units. They think it's going to be really hot.
Yeah. I can't wait to play with this some more, and maybe in a couple of weeks I'll give you a more detailed thing. But I did want to give you a quick first look. The Samsung Galaxy Tab. This is the Sprint version, and I just feel like you can't really carry. It's too big to carry in your pocket. There, maybe I should give you a shot with me and it, so you get a sense. It's just a little big. My phone I can carry in my pocket, but it's just a little too small to do some of the things like reading that I'd like to do. This is big enough. I don't think you need to go all the way to the much heavier, much bigger iPad. I think you're going to see a lot of these around coming up. The front camera, people are asking where the front camera is. It's right here on the side. So I'm going to play with that a little bit. I think this is a...
yeah, it's nice looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll make a phone call. Maybe I'll use somebody suggesting GChat. I think that'd be pretty good. Yeah. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
And if you're used to using Android, this is going to feel right at home. Just right at home. The browser is a WebKit-based browser, so excellent. Battery life, excellent. It is only a 1 megapixel camera on the front, and this is a little bit of a disappointment. I would have loved to have seen a 5 or even 8 megapixel. There's no reason why they didn't have a better camera on the back. 3.2 is just not quite enough. There you have it, Mr. Dick DeBartolo. My review.
Well, you're right. It was good. It was really good to get a first look at that.
Well, and you've seen it, so I hope I'm not stealing your thunder a little bit on this.
No, not at all. Yeah. You know what? It was like a preview, and they had one unit for each 15 reporters.
Right.
So, I mean, I got to hold it for 2 minutes and play with it.
Right.
So it was good to hear.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, very nice.
It feels really, really good. I'm really quite impressed by it.
Here come the letters, those lovely letters. Here come the GizWiz letters now.
And now a letter from somebody to somebody.
Oh, I'm going to do it for you?
No, I'll
you
find
have
a letter.
One? Oh, good.
Oh, sure. I'm sure I have many.
Oh, maybe that
many letters.
Of yours is just keeping a little too many.
many letters. You know why? People don't send me GizWiz letters particularly.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, they send me regular letters. Leo, you're an ass. That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I send those to you myself.
We were talking about the Elf episode, and a number of people, including Corey K., said, I have the Elf episode. This was the episode we did when we first moved into this studio the last time you were out here, which was, what, a year ago? 2 years? It feels like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Where our friends from Wild Planet, Kim came by, not in a spy outfit, as she did last time, but in an elf outfit. And it really was, I think, the first time we'd ever had guests in this studio. And we didn't really have a system to record these shows. So I bemoan the fact that we didn't record it. I do have this. Thank you, Corey, and all of you said, well, we've got it. But the copy that you have is a little lower copy quality. We have that version, the flash recording version from ODTV. What I was hoping is that I had recorded at high quality, and I didn't. So that nobody has a high quality version, but that's fine. I don't think Kim minds anymore, does she?
No, I mean the product is been superseded by the one she did the last time. Right. So, she's happy.
And she stopped sending us bomb threats several months ago.
Oh, absolutely. And, she couldn't take the cake back because we ate it. So
right.
Tough. Yeah.
She was pleased, though, to see that the clock that she gave me the Leo clock is still there.
Yes. This 4 o'clock is on prominent display. You have to get a great bigger one for when you move to the bigger place.
We might. You won't see that anywhere.
No.
So there we have it, Dick, the Galaxy Tab. I can't wait to take this home and play with this sucker. This is going to be my new little toy for a while. Angry Birds and everything. Tomorrow, you're back with yet another fantastic gadget.
I'll be here.
I'll see you.
DAILY. It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz.
It makes its own gravy.
Yeah.